Hi and welcome to a new episode of Z-Zone. Now I'm gonna show you 10 underrated hard rock albums, and I'll start off with number 1. Ian Gillan found himself in a new band after a wet night. I'm talking about Black Sabbath, and I'm talking about Born Again from 1983. Take a listen to this album now and you will find that it is pretty good. And listen to songs like Zero the Hero, Trashed. Great songs. Underrated album. Album number 2. A masterclass in tasteful, blues-rooted hard rock from 1981. Whitesnake. With a classic lineup and Martin Birch as a producer. I think this album is far underrated, and Come and Get It is really what it means. Come and get it. Get the album. It's worth it. It's underrated, but it's raw, powerful, bluesy rock before it turned into the later 80s era. Album number 3 from 1983, AC/DC. Flick of the Switch. This album is a really stripped down, no nonsense hard rock. It's raw, and they got back to kind of basic, but the album hasn't really gone off. But it's great songs. Great, even if they don't play it live, it's still really good. And Landslide doesn't get better. So give this a second chance. Flick of the Switch. Album number 4, No Heavy Petting, represents UFO at a creative high point. Released 1976, this album gives me the feeling of all great early 70s heavy rock bands, and good mix of songs and some raw power that makes you want to listen to it. I think it's the first time they added keyboards as well in this album, so an underrated album. Album number 5, Taken by Force with Scorpions. 1977, I think they were passing from the 70s into the 80s. You can hear it. This is the transition. But I listened to Steam Rock Fever, a good example of mixing different styles of catchy chorus and heavy riffing in a blues rock style with straight vocals. Klaus in a very alive and direct feeling. Really a good album, showing Scorpions on the way to somewhere else, but still a really good album. Album number 6, Sweet once again. After all these singles and pop stuff with other songwriters, finally they took care of the songwriting themselves and came up with really good hard rock. And here is Give Us a Wink. Absolutely one of the most underrated hard rock bands, and this album really shows why. And do also check them out playing live at Musikladen from 1974. It's out somewhere. Check that live gig. It's everything. Pure rock. Really good musicians. Give Us a Wink. Album number 7. We got Dio, leaving the 80s, going into the 90s, and Lock Up the Wolves. Here you have the Swedish keyboard player Jens Johansson and some other young musicians. Jens played with Yngwie Malmsteen earlier, and I think the material is more raw than from some of the material from the 80s. So I think it's powerful. They put the 80s dated sound behind and got into something new. Pretty fresh, I would say. Lock Up the Wolves. Album number 8, with Tommy Bolin stepping in for Ritchie Blackmore. we have Come Taste the Band. This is, something like the way into the early Whitesnake. You can hear it coming. It's funky, it's got a lot of soul and riffing. So I think it deserves a listening, a real true listening, and you will find that this album actually contains some great songs, and it's definitely worth a listening to it with fresh ears. Do me a favor, with fresh ears. Come Taste the Band. Album number 9, blending rock swagger with cabaret. Alice Cooper, Lace and Whiskey. I found this album in the 80s, and in the early 80s, and despite of its diverse styles, I kept on playing it on repeat. There was something to it. I like those different styles, and it got some raw riff tracks, songs. Road Rats, It's Hot Tonight. I think even Road Rats was re-recorded on one of the latest Alice Cooper album. So take a listen to this one. It's worth it. Lace and Whiskey. Album number 10. An album that never shouted for attention, but over the time has proven to be one of Pat Travers' band's most honest and consistent statements. We have Putting It Straight. Bluesy, rock, heavy rock album with raw power and a lot of groove. Worth listening to. Pat Travers, Putting It Straight.